Hello everyone, my name is Alex from Ernest Alex Reads, and today I'm coming at you with my N.E.W.T. Magical Readathon TBR. Another month, another readathon. So the new Magical Readathon is kind of a continuation of the Owls Magical Readathon that happened in April. Basically, just like in the Harry Potter books, in 5th year or in April you take the OWL exams, and in 7th year in August you take the N.E.W.T. Exams, and then you can start your life as a full-grown wizard with a job. So that is what I'm doing. I miss university so much now that I'm gonna take some more exams. But these ones are so much more fun because it means I get to read some amazing books. So I'm gonna just go through quickly my TBR because it is 12 books. I'm just gonna say the title of the book and what prompt it fulfills. So with the Owl Readathon, you basically had one prompt per subject at Hogwarts, so Transfiguration had one prompt, and you could pick and choose which exams or which prompts you wanted to fulfill to be able to work as in certain areas of the magical world, like Hogwarts Professor or Mind Reader or whatever. I ended up completing all 12 of the prompts, so when I was building my TBR, I kind of had free reign in terms of which profession I could go for. I picked Mind Reader, which is basically a therapist, which is kind of close to social work, which is what I'm studying in the non-magical world, so I just thought I would keep on brand. So I'm just going to be talking about the prompts that would enable me to become a mind reader in the magical world. Yeah, so let's get started. Let's talk about some books. Okay, so let's get started. The first subject that I have to complete to become a mind reader is Charms. How the new readathon works is that there are 3 kind of levels, A, O, and E, so acceptable, outstanding, and excellent, I think. And depending on which profession, you have to read all 3 of the prompts, or just 2 or 1, depending, and you can't read the books out of order, so you always have to start with A, and then O, and then E. It's a bit confusing. I hope it makes sense. If not, watch the original video. I have it linked down below from Book Roast. I hope I'm kind of making sense. But if not, just, you know, keep watching and enjoy my TBR. So for the subject of Charms, I am planning on completing all 3 of the prompts. The first prompt for Charms is to read a book with a gorgeous cover, and I will be reading All My Puny Sorrows by N.E.W.Ts. I just think this is one of the most beautiful covers that I've seen and that I own, and I want to read the story as well, so I'm picking this one. The second prompt for Charms is to read a graphic novel, and I am picking up On a Sunbeam by Tilly Walden. This graphic novel looks so beautiful. It's queer, it's set in space, it's a female-female romance. It's all I ever hope for in a graphic novel, and I'm very excited to read it as part of the N.E.W.T. Readathon. And the final prompt for Charms that I have to fulfill to become a mind reader is to read a paperback novel, is to read a paperback book, and I'm going to be reading Samuel Johnson's Eternal Return by Martin Riker. To become a mind reader, you also have to complete all 3 prompts for the subject of Defense Against the Dark Arts. So the 3 books that I'm planning to read to get my Defense Against the Dark Arts grade, I guess, are the first prompt is to read a book with a black cover under the dust jacket, and I'm going to be reading Little by Edward Carey. It's black, it's historical fiction. I'm excited about it. The second Defense Against the Dark Arts prompt is to read the first book that you remember from your TBR. And I chose Long Way Down by Jason Reynolds because this cover and the name of this book has really stuck with me, and so it popped into my head while I was putting together my TBR. The last prompt for Defense Against the Dark Arts is to read a book written by an English author or set in England, and I am going to be reading Eye of the Needle by Ken Follett. Ken Follett is Welsh, and this book is about World War II spies, and I think half of it is set in England. If not, I will pick another book, but this is my tentative pick for this prompt. Okay, so it's really embarrassing, but I just realized that I keep saying mind reader, but it's actually mind medic, like a therapist. So that's really embarrassing for me, but we're just gonna roll with it because I'm not refilming everything. So the next subject, to become a mind medic, you need to pass 2 exams, the first 2 levels in the subject of Muggle Studies, and the first prompt, or the first level, is to read a book with an actual photo element on the cover. So I am going to be reading Improvement by Joan Silver, because this is an actual photo, and this book is short, and I'm trying to reduce my TBR, and so I'm gonna pick this one up. The second prompt for Muggle Studies is to read a book set in the real world, so a contemporary, and I'm going to be picking up Love from A to C by S.K. Ali, because this is a contemporary book set in a world without magic, and I am highly anticipating this book, and I can't wait to start reading it. The next subject is potions, and there are only 2 prompts necessary for the profession of mind medic. The first prompt for potions is to read your friend's favorite book. I asked my partner, and he said one of his favorite books is Youth, a Narrative by Joseph Conrad. I don't know a lot about this book, but it's supposed to be a quick read, and it's supposed to be interesting and set on a boat. So I'm looking forward to that. The second prompt for potions is to read a book with your house colors on the cover. I am a Ravenclaw, so I'm going to be reading Spin the Dawn by Elizabeth Lim. If you look at this cover closely, you have blue, you have silver, and you have gold. So technically, both movie Ravenclaw colors and book Ravenclaw colors are represented on this title. I did this, you know, because I'm like that. The last subject that hopeful mind medics need to pass is Transfiguration, and there are also only 2 prompts needed in Transfiguration. The first prompt for Transfiguration is to read a book with LGBTQIA+ rep, and I pick Tell Me How You Really Feel by Amira May Safi. This is marketed as a hate-to-love queer romance, loosely based on the characters of Paris and Rory in the Gilmore Girls. This sounds like a book that was written for me, and I am so excited that I get to read this in August. I cannot contain, I cannot contain myself. I am so hyped for this book. And the final book, the final prompt that I would need to complete to become a mind medic, is to read a book that is not the first in a series, and I will be picking up Holy Sister by Mark Lawrence. So there you have it. That is my N.E.W.T. Magical Readathon TBR. I am very, very, very excited. I love participating in the Magical Readathons. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you are also participating or if we're reading the same book. Maybe we could buddy read something. Yeah, I hope you're having a great day, you're reading an amazing book, and thank you so much for watching my video. I will see you next time.